As soon as Jack entered the prison, he noticed something bizarre. A group of ants was dragging a tiny suit of armor across the floor. Before he could process what was happening, the suit suddenly expanded to thousands of times its original size. Just then, a guard was making his rounds, checking the cells. The ants began to form what looked like a countdown, and Jack immediately realized what was going on. Without hesitation, he put on the suit. With only 4 seconds left on the countdown, Jack managed to secure the helmet. By the time the guard reached his cell, Jack had vanished. Unbeknownst to the guard, Jack had slipped right under his feet and escaped. The moment the guard realized what had happened, he sounded the alarm, and a search party was dispatched. But by then, Jack was already out on the streets. An army of ants quickly rallied to protect him. Out of nowhere, an ant-shaped aircraft flew overhead and landed right in front of Jack. Without a second thought, he climbed aboard. Meanwhile, the police had mobilized a fleet of cars to chase him down. Jack, however, used the chaos to his advantage and hitched a ride on a passing vehicle. But just as things seemed to be going his way, a speeding motorcycle zoomed by, creating a gust of wind that sent Jack flying. Disoriented, he landed in a bus, only to be swatted onto a newspaper by a passenger. Then, with a sudden burst of momentum, he was launched out of the bus and into the air, where he was caught by a powerful updraft from a manhole. In an instant, Jack was hurled thousands of feet into the sky. The next thing he knew, he was plummeting back to the ground. But the ants had his back. They formed a small boat, and Jack rode it through a series of pipes, speeding through the underground waterways. After navigating a steep drop, he finally reached a drainage outlet. Seeing their chance, the ants quickly assembled a ladder, lifting Jack up with their combined strength. Another group of ants extended a helping hand, guiding him through the drainage system and into a building. Once inside, they made their way to the control room of a massive system. At Jack's command, the ants positioned themselves strategically, and with a surge of electricity, they destroyed the entire control system. Next, Jack led the ants to a database. Using nanotechnology, they enlarged a set of explosives and planted them in key locations, setting a 3-minute timer. With the mission underway, Jack piloted the ant aircraft to a storage facility, where the latest prototype of the Wasp suit was being held. He tossed a screw toward the entrance, only to trigger an infrared laser grid that would have vaporized him on contact. Realizing the danger, Jack called for backup. He tied a nanofiber thread to himself and leaped into the facility. At the last second, the power was cut, causing the Wasp suit to shrink back and deactivate the lasers. But as the lasers reactivated, they severed the nanofiber thread, leaving Jack dangling in midair. When Jack finally regained his bearings, he discovered the truth. This had all been Jason's plan. By trapping Jack here, Jason intended to use the Wasp suit to take control of the world.